megawatts were declared commercial. I would urge all of you, I will urge my senior colleagues who are here to see that like we are adding 4,000 capacity or more every year, we should look at commercializing more than 4,000 capacity every year. We changed the way we were doing our contract. We are doing EPC, we are doing BTG, we are doing BOP. From 32, 33, 34 package, and a situation where everybody was fighting and trying to put the blame on the other. We made our exercise more tight, a watertight system, when everybody knows what is required to be done. It gives me great pleasure to tell you that we recently awarded EPC contract of Notcal to BHEL at less than 4 crores per megawatt. Something that we never thought of a couple of years ago. Our company has also been recognized both nationally and internationally. We remain proud that consistently Platts rates us as the #1 IPP in the world. The All India Management Association this time decided to give us the Best PSU award for the first time. NTPC has been ranked at the 8th most successful company among all companies in India, where Reliance is #1, and we are ahead of many private companies, and which has come in the business world, if you have seen that. I am personally pleased to share with you that due to your efforts and the efforts of all my colleagues who have worked with me in my professional life, Forbes have been able to recognize me as the best PSU leader. With the advent of the new paradigm shift, we now have a new minister who I have no hesitation to tell you is 24/7 on the job. He's a finance wizard and he works as a super CEO of NTPC. He's given a new direction to the power sector, and with coal and renewable energy also coming under his ambit, NTPC would be the proud beneficiary of all the progressive decisions that the government of India is going to take. I must here tell you that some of you have heard about the Supreme Court judgment on coal block, reallocation, the ordinance. I do not know how many of you have read the ordinance in detail. Please read the ordinance in detail. You will find that there is a specific para which out and out supports NTPC. I would like to here give compliment to my minister, to my ministry, to all the team members along with me who have done this policy propagation during the ordinance stage. You all know that we started this unique initiative in the year 10-11 and we were able to finalize bulk tenders with supercritical units of 660 and 800. In the bulk tender, we had this requirement that if you supply to us, do so from wherever you want, meet our specs, and be ready to manufacture in our country after 1 year. Japanese companies like MHI, Toshiba, Hitachi, Korean companies like Doosan, European companies like Alstom, Ansaldo, Babcock and Wilcox, they have all come to India with an Indian partner. They have all established companies manufacturing units in Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and other states. Effectively, there has been a paradigm shift in the way power equipments were manufactured in the country. We had BHL, and to a certain extent they had a joint venture with Alstom for technology. Against that, we have now 25,000 megawatts of additional power capacity in the country. It's a big event for NTPC that we have succeeded in this. And it's a very small contribution to the Honorable Prime Minister's dream of make it in India. You all know that NTPC has been a pioneer in introducing new technologies. Those of you who are here from Netra, I'm sure you're looking at more new and innovative technologies. Supercritical is already there. Advanced supercritical is knocking at our door. I urge my research engineers in Netra to take the lead. Let us become the leaders rather than followers. Let us not say that it is BHEL's job, they will do something, we will then use it. Let's be leaders, let's see what needs to be done. Let's think out of the box, throw ideas, discuss ideas, and then we may still decide that yes, we have discussed everything, but it is not really possible. That's fine. This is also actually, if we can do, will contribute in a way to government's initiative in getting the best technology in our country. Our design engineers have been able to introduce in the country supercritical units with parameters of 593 degrees centigrade temperature and 247 kg per centimeter square pressure, so as to increase the conversion efficiency by 5% over the conventional subcritical system. In the near future, we are testing the ultra supercritical units with parameters in the range of 610 degrees centigrade and 270 kg per centimeter squares. And ultimately, in the range we want to reach 700 plus degrees centigrade temperature and 300 plus kg per centimeter square pressure. The efficiency level will increase another 5 to 6%. So totally, from today, what we are running some of our units, our machines will become 10 to 12% more efficient. You know, every percent efficiency increase reduces the CO2 emission by 3%. So we can proudly say that we have reduced CO2 emission by 30%. We are only not only stopping at that. We did 660, we did 800. Next on our target is 1000 megawatt unit at Andhra Pradesh. This 4 into 1000, 4000 capacity at one single place will be as big as any UMPP that the government is planning. This will be based on imported coal. I am sure my design engineers will give me the most efficient boiler here so that we are the best in the world and people come to see our plant. Success to any company comes only when we try and become the business leader in the entire industry. Just by being complacent to be the best operator in the country is no more good enough. We have to look at backward and forward integration. We must demonstrate the same level of efficiency that we do in our generating units, in our coal production. Coal is the resource for our energy development as on today. Solar is picking up. Solar is not the base load, we all know. So coal mining efficiently has become the biggest challenge for us today. And I see in the near future NTPC mining every kilogram of coal that it requires for its generation. If such a date comes, we are not dependent on anybody for fuel. Some of you who are in the fuel department, in the station, some of you who keep running behind the Coal India subsidies, you know how difficult it is to get coal. That is what we have to avoid. We have to have our own coal mines. We have to have enough coal. The other end of the spectrum is the distribution. If you make a product and if you can't sell the product, then there is no point in making it. Let us not be complacent under the TPS scheme that we will give it, we'll get payment, we'll keep running after that. We have to have a very strong distribution organization within the company. There are many senior people who tell me that, they've reached a certain stage, the company is no more the same what they have seen. The rank that they have come to had certain different connotations 25 years ago, and it looks different today. Well, how do we make it more productive? We have to diversify. You have to take up a different area. I am not happy at all by NESCL, which is I think more than 10 years old, in trying to satisfy themselves by doing RGPPL. RGPPL is no business at all. It's an obligation. And it's an obligation that we are doing. And the sooner that we are out of it, the better it is. If we can do all these, we have our own fuel, we can distribute our energy. You recently read that the government is already clearing the paper that you can have multi-distributing agencies. If we can really do that, Believe me, we will be the best international company in the power sector. I can tell you on my part that I have been throwing these ideas in the government and they are very, very receptive. And in fact, the government keeps on asking that please give me a white paper as to what is it that you want. Unfortunately, all the white papers that we've asked up to now is only to strengthen our crutches. समझते हैं crutches? Baisakhi. We are used to walking in Baisakis. And we all want to go and ask for this and that to improve our crutches. Let's discard our crutches. Let's throw them aside. Let's walk freely in this world. Well, I don't need to tell you this, but you all know that capacity addition is the crux of our survival. If you don't add capacity, you don't add generation. If you don't add capacity, you don't spend your capex. Ultimately, it reflects on the returns of the company, the profitability of the company. We must target minimum 5,000 megawatts of capacity delivering commercial every year. I am glad that last year we awarded 5,000. That is the first step. This year also I urge the contract department and the concerned engineering department to see that we award more than 5,000 so that 4 years down the line nobody can say that the award was not done at the right time. How can I deliver 5,000 megawatts capacity addition today? Coming towards the end of what I have been talking about, I would like to come to some issues which are close to our personal heart. After all, we work for the company. It is the shan, ban and aan for us. Our entire survival depends on the company doing well. But you all here, those of you at the projection stations, I keep getting feedbacks about the murmuring which goes around on what has happened to the organization. Believe me,